What is up, YouTubers, gamers, and hobbyists? Welcome to Chill with Pete, the coffee break catch-up series that you put on in the background. And I just go through my week, my life, bit of hobby, bit of personal stuff, general updates, news, all that kind of stuff. I don't know, it all kind of gets generalised, you know. Anyway, trying a new camera, new microphone angle, sorry. I don't know if it's better for me to get my cup up, you know what I mean. Coffee today, folks. So this is a coffee break catch up. So this is a coffee break. I'm having a coffee break. So I'll talk about stuff. In no particular order. My friend is gone full nostalgia mode on me. He's bought himself a Toshiba MSX computer, the same model that he had as a child. And he's bought a load of games for it, one of which is Nemesis, cartridge-based. It was a phenomenal computer and a phenomenal game. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't jealous a little bit. A little bit jealous there, buddy. That is some awesome nostalgia right there. So, well done you. That's, yeah. We'll talk more about it at some point. So, yeah, there is that. That's been going on. I suppose I can only blame myself. I've been kind of talking my friend into getting these nostalgic things because I'm a huge nostalgia buff, as you know. Nostalgia shelf and all the rest of it. You know that, right? So I buy a lot of things that I had as a child. I collect things that I had. I complete collections I'd started as a child. You know, 'cause take my Fighting Fantasy books, for instance. The majority of them I had as a child. But now I'm thinking, I'd like to get the set, you know what I mean? And I had the first 3 sorcery books by Steve Jackson as a child. And I've only just purchased the 4th one. Crown of Kings, I think it's called. In the original cover. Because I got the later ones anyway. But I thought, as they were, and we'll do videos on those at some point. I've got a lot of material to do videos on, and I'm fortunate there, so that's good. I can do that, so I'm pretty chuffed. I'm pretty chuffed. This whole nostalgia business is really, it's bringing me joy, heaps of it too. So that is great. Models wise, I've got hundreds of the buggers, hundreds to do. And I'm still ordering more. I will say, Warhammer 11th edition, it's probably going to pass me by. 10th certainly did. Something in my eye. A bit of grit or something in my eye. Yeah, that did. I see they're teasing me now with like the Emperor's waking up kind of thing. I'm like, it's tempting me back into it. But at the end of the day, it's the same, more or less the same models. There might be a few new ones. They might get rid of some. Don't want to get sucked back into it. Just it is a huge hoover up when they do these kinds of things, and I'm like, and I'm using my money wisely elsewhere, and I'm able to because of that, because I'm not spending a fortune on Warhammer. And I've got a fortune sitting on the shelf for me, just waiting to be done. So, there's no rush there. Anyway, coffee from the machine today. Nice. This is great because all I've got to do is lean back to get rid of the coffee noises. As you know, working on bits of terrain. And the back end, you've seen it. That's the on the beach videos. For those of you that are new or newish and or just wonder why are some of his paint along videos called On the Beach and some called On the Bench? It started off as On the Bench, and then I moved next to the beach, and I thought, you know what? I just want to start from scratch because I've done over. I think we're getting to 500 maybe episodes, quite a few anyway. And it's like, wow, let's start again. So I started again doing on the beach videos, because my old on the bench videos, a lot of them, they were good quality, but they weren't the highest quality, and that was primarily to enable me to upload faster and render it quicker on my computer. So yeah, can't blame me for that. But I think in this day and age, you've got to try and do the best quality you can. So I decided on the beach would be a slightly higher quality, and moving forward, that's what I did. On the benches are more for the winter time, and even though the weather can't be always sunny here, it'll be on the beach in the summer, right? So it's the summer period. So we're on the beach, and I don't care. The weather yesterday was funny because, well, it wasn't funny. It didn't seem to be able to make up its mind whether it wanted to rain or shine. It was sunny, blistering hot. You step out the door, within less than a couple of minutes, get halfway around the block, hammers down with rain. And it was like that all day. And I'm like, well, make your mind up. Do one or the other. I mean, I don't care, but just do one thing or the other, because I don't know how to dress else. If you dress for the rain with all your coats and that, you're baking hot when the sun comes out, and then other way, you just get drenched. Would you like your t-shirt, and you just got to change when you get back? It's just a pain. Anyway, enough of that. Right, so what else is going on? Yes, so my friend, he's got the nostalgia bug, which is great, and I'm really pleased for him that he's experiencing that, because for me, nostalgia, the feeling of nostalgia, is one of the greatest mind calmers I know of. And sometimes I rewatch my memory lane videos because it just conjures up such wonderful memories. And it's just strange because they're memories of Plymouth, where I lived before I came back here. I didn't always hate every second of it, there was some good times there. So it's good to capture those memories on video and then recount them. So all good there. Anyway, my nostalgia shelf is filling up slowly with books, fighting fantasy books mainly, with the odd other adventure book thrown in here and there. Oh, I've done a thing. I have purchased the fighting fantasy card game that you can play solo or cooperatively with up to 4 players, I think. I thought that'd be cool. Might see if Mrs. Mini Warzone will join me for a game of that. It's supposed to be quite simple to pick up, so I thought, yeah, that ticks the boxes. We'll go for that, We'll see how we get on with that. And I've also done another thing. I've done a Free League thing. Any guesses as to what I've gone and bought? Anything? I'll give you a couple of minutes to try and decide. Some of you will probably know what games I've already got. I mean, let's count out the obvious ones. I've got Alien, yeah, and I've got Blade Runner. What else could I have? Knowing what I like, particularly about fantasy role-playing, Forbidden Lands I already own. That's more of a travelling exploration, sandboxy type, exploring type survival game. It's still an RPG, but it's more along the lines of that. I'll tell you, ready? I'm going to have a sip of coffee, and then I'll tell you. Okay, I've gone and bought Dragonbane, because it's been recommended to me that it might fit my particular needs as a solo gamer. It has a game adventure with it, and unlike a lot of games where they chuck in the solo game after, this was built around solo play at this game. So the solo mechanics aren't an afterthought, they're the basis of the game. If anything is an afterthought, it's the group play. Yeah, but we'll see. I've got high hopes for it. I'm probably not going to see it for a week or two yet because I've only just ordered it. But when it does arrive, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll do a nice little unboxing and see where we go from there. I mean, like I said, I've got the other games, and of course, I've got the Dungeons and Dragons board games to start at some point. So I've still got to strip some of the miniatures from the Castle Ravenloft board game. The other ones are fresh, don't need stripping or other. And it's only some of the miniatures in the Castle Ravenloft one, but it's all there. So those will be games I can play through at some point. Awesome. Looking forward to it so much, and yeah, I've got a lot of work to do. I mean, I've always got miniatures on my bench, right? And to be honest, is it an excuse for not doing other games? It feels like I want to paint, because painting calms me down, and I do need to calm down after a week of work. See, if I was retired, I probably wouldn't need that so much. Or if I didn't work as much, I probably wouldn't need that calming stuff so much. So I probably wouldn't have to paint every day, all day, every day. I'd be able to, interject it with other activities like reading through rules of other games, playing through some Fighting Fantasy, whatever it might be, or any other RPG game out there. So anyway, that's what I got. I've also got this. I was doing my Romans. I've got this sprue here of mounted Roman soldiers. Pardon me. So I'm going to have to build those up and paint them too, because they're going to be useful for the RPG game as well. That should cover all my town militia, guard, army, that kind of thing, city, security, basically that kind of thing. And I want to build the gladiators the gladiator sprue I got with War Games Illustrated. This month. Hiccups. I hate hiccups. Two things I hate: sneezing and hiccups. Sometimes I get both at the same time. Oh, so annoying. So annoying. What else have I got to talk to you about? I don't know. Wearing this because it's getting a bit chilly again. It's like winter again. Again, it's like it's never really left winter sometimes. I mean, 1 week of sun, that does not constitute a summer to me. Need a lot more than that. Come on. Need more than that. So, yeah. And what else? Work is still going well. Yes, I talk about retirement and not wanting to work. I mean, nobody wants to do a day job, do they? And some people I know quite well, I now have this YouTube as their day job, and whilst that's fantastic, I also think it's you never know. It's not reliable, is it? It's I'd feel iffy about relying on that. I think. I don't know. I'm not in that position. I don't have. It'd be nice to be in that position, I think. I mean, I'm small fry. I'm a small channel, but I have been doing this a long, long time. 13, 14 years, I don't know, a long time. So I'm just here in the background doing my thing, basically. Over the years, I've tried all manner of different things and approaches, equipment, you name it. I mean, this is new. All this here is new. A new way of doing things. It was obvious early on I needed a better audio. Hence, I started getting microphones. But this one's better for this type of video, I think. So I've got that going on. But I changed my job, my role within the company that I work for. The company. We'll just call it hey, that sounds better, doesn't it? It's like in the Aliens universe, the company, right? So I'll just refer to my work company as the company. So I changed my role within the company to a better one. It's far better. It's superior. It the people I work with are fantastic. They're so warm and welcoming, and they're just great. I can just get on with my job. It's not too taxing. It's nice and easy, and it's perfect for my condition, my health. I can work from home, which is fantastic. Um, I mean, the company is always pushing for people to get back on site, as they say. I think they like to see you on site, but certain people with conditions are exempt from that. And I hope I continue to be that way. It depends on your managers, basically. If the day ever came where they said to me, like, you've got to get back on site, then I'm going to have to say, well, that's my resignation. Then I'm going to have to find some agency work where I can work remotely because I can't come in on site. It's a health issue. Having a compromised immune system, I can't take that risk. Sorry. So my health comes first. And living here by the sea, the air is so clean and fresh, and it's wonderful. Statistically, I'm a lot less likely to get sick and poorly here. I have had a couple of chest infections since I've been here, but that's about it. Generalistically. Whereas when I lived in the city, I was always getting poorly. When I had to go in on a site, on a job, I was always getting poorly. When I worked for a certain place, I'll name them Royal Mail. They had a big air conditioning. The data entry side of Royal Mail, there's a lot of air conditioning in that building, and if one person was ill, everybody was ill, and it was a nightmare. I wouldn't have survived carrying on working there. I'm so glad they don't work there anymore. They kind of moved their site to a different site, and then they disbanded what they were doing, which is good because it's better that they don't do it that way anymore, I think. Anyway, I just have some more coffee. This is nice being able to chill with a coffee. Anyway, what am I looking forward to? Well, obviously I'm looking forward to the things I've ordered. The Fighting Fantasy game, which I'll show you as well. And of course, the Dragonbane. I ordered the box set, which you get everything you need in that, which is good. And it comes with the complete rulebook, not a partial rulebook. It comes with the complete rulebook. So yeah, win-win. What else? I've started doing videos on Warlock magazine. Now I want to do another one. We'll do issue 2, I think. Issue 2 of Warlock magazine. Yeah, why not? Let's do that. Might do that today. And then I might do another paint-along video. I haven't done any videos yet today, apart from this one that I'm doing now, of course. I might do a paint-along video to try and get another hour's worth of paint on my current miniatures. That'd be fantastic. It really, really would. That'd be brilliant, I think. So, yeah, we'll do that. What else? Trying to think. I bet you any money, as soon as I turn off the camera, I'll be like, oh yeah, I meant to say that. So I don't know. Do you know, going back to my friend and his computer, his MSX, I mean, if I had more room, I would probably get all the retro computers that I had and or wanted as a child and have them all set up. On monitors, TVs, whatever I can get for it. I'll get the proper adapters and I'll have it set up. I'll have them all like recapped and redone, sorted out electronically. That would be amazing. And that would be a thing. I'd have like a room dedicated to it. When I was at school, we had what they called the computer room. It had all the BBC micros of the day. For those of you that don't live in England, there was a computer, retro computer, 8-bit computer called the BBC Micro. The BBC Micro Model B, and that was kind of the go-to for schools and educational standards because they had a deal with the BBC basically for them to be the suppliers of the computers for schools primarily. And it had a wonderful basic. The basic, I have to say, the basic on it, BBC Basic was brilliant. I'd say yes, it was better than Sinclair Basic, and I'm a Sinclair fan. But I think BBC Basic was easier. Not that was a fantastic basic program writer. Very humble programs I used to write, but I used to write some. And as for machine code, well, that was a bit beyond me. I did have a friend that he could do that. He was like a coding genius or something, you know. He probably could have gone on to become a computer whiz kid, but just chose not to, I guess. I won't say any more about him because that's, you know, that's his private life. But he did another job. We all did jobs when we left school that we didn't want to. We just got a job, didn't we? And stuck with it for a while just to get some money. The old YTS scheme when I left school. 25 quid a week. Oh. And it went up to £26.50. Whoa. Then in your second year, went up to £35. Didn't know yourself then. And then you got to thinking, well, hang on a minute. Other people I'm working with in these employment positions where I've been given a position in this company, they're earning like 80 quid a week or over £100 a week. Hang on, and I'm getting 35. Not a good thing. That's not all these government scam deals basically to try and reduce the unemployment numbers. But that's another story entirely. Right. Let's have some more coffee, shall we? Okay. So, what else? I suppose, do you know one of the biggest models, certainly the biggest boxed models I've got on my shelf is a Baneblade. I've got a Baneblade, and I've been wondering lately, should I build it and then display it somewhere so that that room is free then on the shelf? I don't know. I'm not sure. Because it's a big... I got to wonder then, well, where would I display it? I've got all these things I've got to think of, keep in mind, but yeah, that's probably for another time. But I don't know. But that's Warhammer, so that would tick a few boxes. You get more views when you do Warhammer stuff, I've noticed. Not that I do these videos for views, obviously. You can see that by the views. I am surprised that I don't get more views than I get, though, on average. I have a few diehard fans, I suppose. When I started, it was all about getting to know a presenter, which is what I'm going to call myself. Big name there. Just for want of a better term, really. I'm a presenter because I present my videos to you. I thought it was about getting to know the personality of your presenter. And in the old days, when I say old days, I think of when I first got into YouTube. So that would be 13, 14 years ago. I used to enjoy channels because of the personality of the presenter. And I enjoyed that. Not the fast cuts, snippy cuts that some employed, because I never really enjoyed that. I had a go at it. I had a period where I did super fast cuts, and I thought, I'll have a go at that just to prove I could do it. Really, it was a bit childish, really. I suppose I was just trying to prove a point. Yes, I can do fancy fast cuts if I want, but if that's what I've got to do to keep an audience retention, then Well, it's not happening basically, so forget it. I ain't doing that. I don't enjoy it. I do this hobby because I enjoy it. So I talk about games, figures, books, magazines, whatever it might be. What I'm enjoying now from my childhood, anything else in between. Just chilling like this. I like doing videos like this. So just talking to you basically. Yeah. Right. More coffee. Mm. And we're at 25 minutes. So I think that's a good place to leave it because I used to do these with the length of time it took me to drink. I said, cup of coffee. The coffee's gone now. So I will leave you. I'll show you one thing I got, which is quite cool. Don't know if you can see it there. That D&D little poster thing, cover of the old Dungeon Master's Guide. Do you remember that? That's a bit of nostalgia for me. A bit of nostalgia for is it better there? Just by the light there. See that? Just by the light. You can see it there. Yeah. I'll probably put it up further up so it's above my head or something. Cover up some of the crap on the shelf there. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. And this is. I'm still waiting for some nice days where I can continue redoing my wall, sealing it a bit, painting it, plaster it and paint it, sort that out. And then this side so that I can start putting some, maybe the odd poster up here and there. Anyway, enough. I'm starting to ramble now. So anyway, I've had a good week. Work's been nice as far as work can go. It's just been easy on me. It's less stressful, That's what I like about my job now. A lot less stress. No stress. No stress. No one's on my back. That's what I like. And I'm kind of left to my own devices somewhat. Of course, I have someone that will allocate me work, guide me, but they'll let me go until I finish that project, and then we'll do the next one. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Whereas before, certain things I would do would have it has a 2-week time frame to finish something for the company. Different projects within the company have different timelines, so I don't have that anymore, which is great. And I don't have as much peopling stuff to do either, which is great. That's good for me because I don't like peopling. It's why I like doing this so much, I suppose. Anyway, so that's good. A hobby at the moment, like I say, it's become the form of collecting books, magazines at the moment. That's what I'm doing. Although I've just purchased Dragonbane and the Fighting Fantasy card game, so I'm going to see what that's all about when it arrives. There's nothing much else I can do. I've got my candles in ready for the power cuts which might come next month. It's rumoured, isn't it? So a 9-day power outage, they reckon. If it does. I'm ready. If it doesn't, I'm not bothered because whatever. But yeah, I'm just putting it out there. I'm ready, baby. Okay, I think that's about it then for the immediate future. Thank you very much for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up. That helps me hugely, and it doesn't cost you anything. Just give the video a thumbs up. Even better if you want to comment, put a comment on there. If you want to share, then I'm in your debt. Brilliant. That goes a long, long way. And if you want to really help me, go for the Patreon thing. Check that out as well. But the least, please, if you could just give me a thumbs up. The more of those I get, the more it will recommend the video to other people. And yeah, I will see you guys on another video. Until then, don't forget, all brushes lead to war. Do check out my paint along videos and all the other videos that I do. Check the playlist. There's gajillions of videos. Actually, there's about 3,000 and something videos in my category now. So just go and check them out. I'm sure there's a video in there for you somewhere. Do a lot of tutorials as well. They're quite fun. I always find them fun to do, depending on what the subject is and how I'm gonna do it, how I angle the camera and approach the sound, talk over live, whatever. Yeah, so check them out as well. And until then, see you on another one. Bye for now. Bye bye.